Hey, it's Paris, back with another video. And a couple weeks ago, I got to play S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. I got some hands-on time at a preview event out here in Los Angeles. So I do want to thank Xbox and I want to thank GSC Game World for giving me the invite and the opportunity to get some hands-on time with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, as well as interview the cinematics team lead at GSC Game World to kind of talk about the game. So what do I think? What do I think about S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2? Well, I did briefly at Summer Game Fest get about 20 minutes of hands-on time, and I talked about that in a previous video. So this was actually my second time playing S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, and it was a lot more in depth because I got about 2.5, 3 hours worth of game time with it, and I loved it. I love S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. This is my first entry into the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe, so honestly, I didn't know what to really expect. But the best way that I can sum this up, it is a difficult fun, if that makes sense. And that's because S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is not easy. And they even warned us when we first started playing the game, you will die a lot. And I definitely died a lot. But I love this world of S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, the Heart of Chernobyl, that they've created here. All the crazy anomalies that are going on, all these, like everybody trying to kill you in this game, right? But being an Unreal 5 and playing this first person, it is more of a survival game than anything. And I love that genre. And I have to say, even in my playtime, and I talk about this in the interview with Igor, that, you know, I was being very stubborn in a couple of the missions that I had. I knew I was low on health. I knew I had limited ammo weapons, but I was determined to complete the objective. So again, I died a lot in that. But this world and this open world and this world and story that they're creating here with S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 was a lot of fun. This is right up my alley. Like I said, it's not easy. It is difficult. You will die a lot, but that is the whole point. It's going to make you think. It's going to make you strategize before you go into these encounters. And I loved it, but I'm not going to talk too much here in this preview because I do have the interview again with the cinematics team lead at GSC Game World, and we sit down, talk about the game. And one thing I do want to point out in that interview, I asked him about boss characters, so I want to make sure I be crystal clear. It is not these big giant bosses that you're fighting. It is more named enemies that you will encounter in the game. So you will hear that in the interview, and I just want to make it crystal clear that there's not like these crazy specific bosses that you'll encounter in the world. It's more of just specific named enemies that you'll encounter in the world. But like I said, this is coming out on November 20th, 2024. It'll be day one on Game Pass, obviously on Xbox and PC, and highly recommend you check out this interview that I'm going to do here in just a second. I thought it was fun. I thought the information that comes out of this, again, the real world ramifications of what this team has had to go through with the Ukraine war. We talk about that at the top as well, but check out this interview that I did with Igor. I really appreciated him taking a few minutes to talk to me about S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. This is definitely at the top of my most anticipated list for the rest of the year. So again, this is my interview at the S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 preview event, talking about the game. Hope you guys can enjoy it, and I'll talk to you again soon. All right, everyone, this is Paris. I am here in Los Angeles at the S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chernobyl preview event, and I have someone from the team to talk about the game. So can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Igor Dovgoteles and I'm a team lead of cinematic department in GSC Game World. So some kind of this.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to me about the game.
Always
I've had, I don't know, a couple hours now hands-on with the game. But before that, we got a sneak peek of the documentary that came out about everything that the team has been through over the years developing this game. Obviously everything with the Ukraine war that's still ongoing right now. So my first question to you is, how are you doing and how is the team doing?
Well, for this moment we, I think, really find our new office in Prague in a full-scale production already. So we are working as it was in Kiev. After all, Prague is nice to us, absolutely. I really love and appreciate this. So yeah, but anyway, we have more than 200 people still in Kiev, in our Kiev office. So it is always a moment of difficulty when you have calls every morning by Zoom or something like this, and when you have alarm in Kiev, those guys really should go to safe place because safety always first. And after that, you're really waiting just to ask if everything is okay. And this moment are very difficult. So every day you ask your colleagues if they are okay, if their families are okay. So it's like a part of our work now. So from this kind of perspective, of course, is pretty much difficult. But anyway, we are working. We are in good mood, and we just want to make everything we should and could in best way. So something like this.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing that, and the peak that we got to see and kind of the conflict of who was staying and who was leaving. I mean, that was obviously something that I can definitely feel and understand. So look, this is a video game. That's real world stuff. So heart goes out to everyone that's being affected by that. We are here to talk about the game. So again, I do appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to me about it. Now, I've not played the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So this is my entry into this. And I'm not very good. But before we get to the part that I'm not being very good about, can you kind of explain for people like myself that this is going to be their first time playing S.T.A.L.K.E.R. What is S.T.A.L.K.E.R. and what are you doing with Heart of Chernobyl?
Yeah. First of all, it is okay that you're feeling not very good because this game is about this. Yeah, it's a dangerous place.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So S.T.A.L.K.E.R. 2, Heart of Chernobyl, actually is a sequel of first game, but it is independent sequel, if you want to say this. So you actually could play previous games just if you want to have more understanding of everything in this zone. What is zone? The story behind characters, the story behind these places. So you will find all these answers in the main game, but the same S.T.A.L.K.E.R. 2 will give you all answers while you will play. Yeah. So you are playing for a new character, Skiff, and he's a rookie, absolutely rookie for this zone. So you will discover everything you need, just step by step, with every mission, with every episode, and in the end, if you will still be alive, you will become a veteran.
Yeah.
So you can start playing this game just from second part, absolutely free. So you will find all answers. If you will read documents that you will find, the game will show you. You will get all answers about how this world lives.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So just to don't be afraid to die because we have saved
I think I have no choice because I did a lot of that.
So this is a part of this experience, you know, that because zone is a pretty harsh place, and but after some kind of hours you will be fine there. Yeah, absolutely.
Right on.
Just try it.
And that just leads me right into it. So opening part, we kind of play the prologue, which, like you're saying, is like a tutorial introducing you to this world, the zone.
The zone
is
itself,
what it's being called. Now, my question is, there's something I picked up that was like an artifact, there's anomalies, kind of explain the importance of those in the world.
Yeah, because, it's like a part of this world. Artifacts itself, this is a reason why stalkers goes to the zone, because all these pieces of anomaly activity, of anomaly energy itself are pretty expensive in this setting. And they're just trying to make their lives better. So if some kind of guy is not a good one in a big world, so he could be like a hunter for gold, because artifacts, it's actually more expensive stuff than gold, because they are you can find them only in one place, and it is absolutely dangerous to extract them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another side of this world is another people who want to kill you and to take these artifacts away.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
so it's like Wild West, but
Yeah.
Wild East,
Yeah.
if you want to say this in this way. So yeah, it is like absolutely anomaly place in the world with a big perimeter wall around. You know, in 1986, we are speaking now about real life. There was catastrophe on Chernobyl atomic nuclear plant, and in our game, at the beginning of story, are laying there also. So it was 1986 catastrophe on nuclear plant, and after that, this exclusion zone was born, but not anomaly zone, just exclusion zone, and this is a good place for different military bases and different secret laboratories, because you can imagine you have still working nuclear plant, like 3 or 4 blocks are still working, so you have infinite power there, and this area is absolutely closed for other people and from other eyes, so it is a good place in a period after Cold War, just to make these secret laboratories, to make some pretty scary experiments with humans, with animals,
Yeah.
experiments just to maybe how to comment other people, like by different stuff. And they had a theory also. It is a real theory about noosphere. It was a Ukrainian. We are speaking again about real life.
Right, right.
It was Ukrainian scientist Vernadsky, and he had a hypothesis that there is some kind of noosphere, just like stratosphere, and there is a noosphere. What is noosphere? Noosphere is like some kind of matter across around Earth that contain all human ideas, thoughts, everything. It's like a big library of every life kinds. So, and in our game, everything built on this theory. So there was and is a professor Kaimanov who discovered the way how to operate with this noosphere, and they built a big facility, generators, just to make a pierce through matter to have a connection with noosphere, just to extract some information from there. And in 2006, there was another catastrophe when zone has this catastrophe gives birth to the zone, in 2006. So and here we are. There was exclusion zone like a nuclear plant, and now we have this anomaly zone. And here, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 1, 2, and 3 previous games starts. And after 10 years, I think, in modern time, after the last part, Call of Pripyat, we have Skiff, who goes to this zone again, and new twist of story and everything. So something like this.
So I mean, really, just hearing you explain all that, so there's definitely a lot of lore in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe,
huge,
right? And to your point, again, taking this from the point of view of someone that's brand new to this, so there is a lot of importance to kind of reading those notes to get that backstory.
Yes. You have you can find dozens and dozens and dozens articles about all these kinds of anomaly, kinds of artifacts. So it is very interesting.
I'm really looking forward to that. So again, you part of the cinematics for the game. So kind of leaning into that, just the world itself. So this is being considered an open world that we're in, right? So even playing it now, also Unreal 5 is being used. Beautiful game, by the way, from what I've been able to play so far. Love what I've been seeing. So
you talked a little bit about some of the enemies that you're talking about. Humans, I ran into dogs that killed me like 1,000 times, but talk about some of the different enemy encounters that you can expect in the game.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Yeah. So NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah. One kind of anomalies.
Yeah.
Another kind of mutants. Dozens of them. Another kind of, and yeah, that's it. Like three kinds of them. Like main your main enemies in this game.
Yeah.
Anomaly, because it is not only about humans and not only about mutants, and it is almost more about anomaly activity, because one of the most important characters of the game is Zone itself.
Yes.
Yeah, because she is the power of this place.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, she could be kind to you, and even she can help you, but in other way she can destroy you just by one emission or something.
Well,
like this.
that seemed to be my experience while I was playing.
Okay.
But and actually, let me just jump into that, because this is not an easy game. And I actually like that. I actually like that there's a difficulty to the game. Now, is it fair to say this is almost like a survival type of game? Because it seemed that resources were very scarce, obviously ammo, things like that. Because the situation I kept running into, and I was being very stubborn, it was a side mission where a guy was trapped in a building. These bandits were demanding that he give up his stash.
Sorry, yeah.
So I go up to the tower, get his stash, just air quotes for when don't want to spoil it. But anyways, now I run into a situation where I have the option of giving up the stash or fighting the bandits. I was determined to fight the bandits. I didn't have any bandages. I didn't have any food or whatever. And I just kept dying over and over.
Yes.
Then these dogs were coming from the open world, and they were making it worse on me over and over. So I just kept dying. And I almost got to the point where I survived it, but because I didn't have bandages, I was bleeding, and I bled out and I died anyways. So what could be frustrating, I actually enjoyed that, because it was making me think so you can approach these encounters different ways. But part of it is, even before you go into these encounters, it sounds like it's very important to make sure that you stock up on the resources that you'll need.
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So the main idea that you really need to manage your stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Because if you haven't enough ammo, if your gun is broken,
right.
If you haven't bandage or something like this, if you haven't food, you need to sleep also.
Yeah.
Because if your guy is sleepy, you will see everything blurry. It will be more difficult to concentrate on enemies. Yeah, and the main idea of this game is expedition itself, because every mission, every campaign to the zone, it is like a little expedition, and you should be prepared. You should understand what kinds of enemies you could meet on your next expedition. Are you going to the underground? Or are you going to the abandoned plant, maybe? Or are you going to some kind of mysterious village? So you need to understand that different kinds of weaponry for different enemies.
Yeah.
There are several kinds of ammo for every weaponry, like supersonic bullets, like armor-piercing bullets, like regular ones, and every this unit have its pros and cons. So you need to understand everything this, and when you smart enough, you understanding that this game it's fine, because we haven't like in role-playing games, classical, we haven't this level of expertise. Like I am a stalker of 76 level.
Yeah.
No, it is everything about how you play this game, how you manage this information that you have in this game, how you manage your armor, how you communicate with technician. Are you in good condition with him or not?
Yeah.
He can help you. You can help him. You can find some broken guns. You can sell these broken guns. You can get some attaches to your main gun. So it is absolutely only about your experience. In the beginning, it is difficult, but 30 hours after, you will be more experienced. Not just a rookie stalker. You will find this your type of playing this game. Yeah.
That is fantastic, and I know we're running out of time here, so I'll just kind of wrap it up with this. You touched on it a little bit. So as far as the weapons, because I know there's a variety of different weapons and gear that you'll be able to get, and there'll be upgrade paths for those. But it sounds like the gear also deteriorates over time, so you need to take care of your gear and repair it as well.
Yeah. So absolutely, for sure. So every time before any kind of these expeditions, you need to check how many medkits you have. If you go into some areas where you can find maybe psi activity, so you need to understand this because it is very dangerous for you. If you will not have a proper armor of level, of psi level, if you haven't psi blockades or something like this, you will absolutely for sure die there. So you need to be prepared. You need to find information about region where are you going to go. If this is some kind of abandoned laboratory, it is nice to you to understand what kind of experience there was. Yeah, so it will help you to be prepared.
Final question on this. So again, it's open world. Obviously, there's weapons and gear that you'll be able to obtain in the world. Now, is the gear is it random loot drops? Are there bosses in the game where there's specific loot that you can obtain as far as a god tier weapon or gear, things like that, or is it all just randomized throughout the world? I hope that makes sense.
We have bosses, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So there are bosses in the game.
Yes, you can find some.
Great.
Bosses,
I guess what I'm saying as far as weapons go, are there any specialized weapons or specialized gear that only specifically drops with a certain mission, or is it randomized through the world?
I think for different regions and for different time of playing this game, you can find just more expensive and more better kinds of guns.
Okay.
And also you can find not reasons but ways to upgrade these guns and make them just better and better.
Okay, makes sense.
And everything, every upgrade makes sense. We have ballistic in game, so if you will attach silencer, you will be more silenced.
Yeah.
But everything has its pros and cons. So you need always remember this stuff in this game. Yeah, just trying to read all this information and think, okay, I like this one, I like this one. This will be not good in this mission. So absolutely same for artifacts. There are dozens and dozens of artifacts, and all these artifacts, they are working like pros and cons again. So you have risk/rewards from each. Yeah. So like you can find some kind of this artifact which will help you to be less like radiation will not so bad for you. Yeah. In other words, but in another way you will be sleepy over time. So you need to drink non-stop.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it is always about pros and cons and risks and rewards.
Well, again, I know we're out of time, so I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to me about this game. I probably could talk for another hour about it, but remind people again when S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 will be available.
It's November 20.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.